back to the NightChild reviews, and we're looking at ALLO's album, Superconductor. We're looking at track 7, and it's called If I Was King. Now, If I Was King is a song that ALLO said she wrote for someone else. She didn't specify who, but that they didn't really want to use the song, so she kept the song for herself. It's rumoured that it was written for Prince, but this is purely a rumour. It's quite an interesting song. It's lyrically very dense. I have to say that this song is a very frenetic song in the sense of there's lyrics most of the way through it. It really does go through a lot of words, and it kind of pushes the whole lyrical content of the song. It's a very busy song, a very frenetic song. You almost feel like you perhaps almost don't get a breath until about 3 minutes in. This is quite a long song as well. This is 6 minutes 22, the second longest song on the album. It starts off quite nicely with this kind of military drumming and horn work. It's very regal, playing into the theme of If I Was King. It's kind of also very upbeat. And ALLO in this track is pushing her voice a little bit more than she usually does. So it's kind of, a little bit more grit in her voice, and a little bit kind of more, I say passion, about a bit more oomph in her voice. Some of the lyrics are quite interesting. If I was king, she'd be my queen. I'd make her mine, and in this and the next lifetime. If I was king, I'd make a ring from every treasure my army could bring. And it kind of really plays into that military theme of how she would treat him, although she's the king. And if she had a queen, so it's kind of playing about with that kind of gender roles, and kind of playing about in the way that Prince does also. So it's kind of quite interesting that ALLO's chosen to do that also. I've got to say, musically it gets into a groove, and for most of the song it does stay in that groove. It really does. It kind of, even when the chorus comes in, it still stays in that kind of musical groove. You've got some nice bass work in there. You've also got some really nice instrumentation at about 3 minutes, where you have this kind of little choir comes in. You've got hand claps and horns. You've got a bit of kind of background noise, kind of like a background party, something like that. I've also got to say that at 4:39 for me, and it sounds a weird thing to say, but the highlight of the song for me is actually, in some ways, the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes, you've got Maceo Parker, the famous Maceo Parker, one of the greatest horn players of all time. Just a remarkable talent. And he, for the last 2 minutes, kind of starts off playing a bit of horn work, and he kind of pushes it, a little bit of saxophone, and he just pushes it, and it kind of builds throughout that time. And Maceo Parker's just having fun. I mean, he's just enjoying it. So the last 2 minutes, that jam with Maceo Parker, I could listen to that for quite a long time. I think Maceo Parker's a phenomenal talent, and he's a real input onto this album. He really kind of plays a key role in this. So those last 2 minutes, sort of almost when the song has kind of done, Maceo Parker then goes off and kind of does some really amazing work. So look out for that. Those 2 minutes are really worth hearing. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for track 8.